Hey guys, Surgeon General here, and I know this is not the typical "How Balkan are you" intro you were expecting. I'll explain what happened in a bit. Here I am trying to vlog for the first time, and I know I've done a number of commentary type videos, but this is more like a video journal. A bit more up close and personal. But not too close, because I'm not sure if I trim my nose hairs or not. Anyway, I always find myself in funny or weird situations, so I felt like sharing. So Serb Fest. Packed as fuck. Humid as hell. So all the women who took the time to get dolled up just wasted their time, because all of us together looked like fucking greasy svinja. Let's call it like it is. I decided to wear a white shirt with a big design on it so you wouldn't see my underboob sweat. But for some people, I couldn't tell if it was a wet t-shirt contest or a Serb Fest. But that's besides the point. You know, the initial walk-in to one of these functions is kind of awkward because everyone stops to stare at you to see if they know you. It reminds me of that one scene of Not Another Teen Movie when that it girl just walks into the prom and everyone just stops to gawk at her. Only difference here is they give you dirty looks. Istina. Which can be very unwelcoming, especially if you're not Serbian. At this event, you are hoping that you run into someone you know. You might find people you haven't seen in years. Some you never want to see again. It's also a place where you could potentially meet a mate. I went in with a goal to make a video, but I was also open to any prospects that came my way. In terms of that department, I'm f***ed. Because it was mostly mothers with their kids who dance folklore, older babe, younger teeny bopping TikTok and and a very small percentage of people of my age group. Can we take a second to address the TikTok and teeny boppers? If I had a child that dressed like a f***ing hooker anywhere, let alone a church function, actually no, my daughters wouldn't do that because they know I'd whoop their f***ing ass. These girls were wearing like hooker heels, very crop tops, short tennis skirts, or tight leggings. Like I wasn't sure if we're getting ready to go to fucking Pilates or go to a festival. Don't think the guys are out of the woods either. I know we've had our phases in our youth. For example, in my day, it was like the surfer hair, think Hollister or Abercrombie. The guys were sporting like a toilet brush hairdo that should be flushed from society. Pun intended. All the kiddies were gathered up on the opposite end of the festival, away from their parents, so they can do the ungodly things that they do. Let's just hope the church doors were locked. Now the video. I wanted to make things interesting and easy for myself by having you ask me questions to see how Balkan I really am. And even that was like pulling teeth, because most of you didn't even pull through. It pisses me off that people like to watch the car crash, but no one wants to help me get out of it, if you know what I'm trying to say here. It was clear to me that people didn't give a f***, but some did. Here are some questions from Nevena, the Balkan hostess.
All right, first one. This traditional food is also known as the caviar of the Balkans.
Ivar. Nice.
During formal affairs like weddings, christenings, etc., what is the first thing guests are served when they arrive?
So, is it rakia from the Ploska? Is it pečenje? Is it coffee? Kisela voda?
Close. Pogača and so.
Well, you're a baker. You know that.
I am.
You make those pogača.
I do make the pogača, yeah.
By the way, guys, you guys should follow her on Instagram. It's Balkan Hostess, correct?
Yes. All right. Your parents sent you to the meat packing place to pick up the pig and lamb.
Been there, done that.
On your way home, you get pulled over and they ask you to open your trunk. How do you explain it?
Oh, that's a great question, actually. What would you actually say to the cop? Well, it looks wrong either way that I have a dead animal in my trunk, so it doesn't matter what the actual occasion is, really. We're roasting a pig because we're celebrating something, sir.
Safe. And the last one, you just announced that you're going back home on social media. All of a sudden, your phone starts ringing off the hook. What's most likely the reason people are calling you?
Ajde poneseš nešto za mene, nešto malo, and it becomes like a bag full of things.
Jedna kesa.
Jedna kesa, and it becomes like the biggest kesa ever, and it takes up like a quarter of your baggage. These are great questions. Thank you very much. That was pleasant. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It's also good to see kids out and about, making friends, mingling, playing, and that sort of thing. It warms my heart, especially in these days when kids are on their iPads, on their laptops, watching TV, and that sort of thing. Kids should be kids, you know? And kids can be something else, especially with a question like this.
How are babies made?
My name is Srdjan, and I'm no medical professional, nor am I a parent to be giving that sort of talk to these kids. But MJ came to the rescue to tell him about the birds and the bees.
So how are babies made? That was his question.
Who's his?
Yes.
Oh, when a woman and a man.
What do they do?
I just wouldn't want kids going back to their parents saying, Surgeon General told me that you have to to make babies. Kids, you'll find that out in detail when you hit 5th grade. I promise you. Since we're on the subject, here's how I would respond as an old Balkan dad. Znaš kako? Ideš na vašar, napiješ se malo, da imaš malo hrabrosti da priđeš devojci, nađeš sebi curu, pođeš kući, skreneš sa puta u neku šumu, and you can imagine the rest. At one point during the fest, I get a tap on the shoulder, and it was some older guy who's like, "You photobombed my son's photo." I'm thinking to myself, did I do this? And then I thought to myself, who the f*** is your son? It could be anybody, because I thoroughly enjoy photobombing people's photos. So if I do that in the future, you're welcome. So he points over across the way, and it's that couple that I photobombed from that Memorial Day Žurka, if you guys remember. Here's how that conversation went down.
So what was your first thought when you guys got messages or the shares with the photo?
Well, first off, I saw the photo and I didn't even see you in the background until I saw you posted it, and then someone sent it to me and I was like, oh wow, I feel like that's typical Srdjan. I don't know.
I love doing that.
I'm not a big social media guy, so I was only sent a post by her and one of my other friends, Lazo Bichanin, and I cried of laughter the second I saw it, right? Because you just see Srdjan's head poking out in the background. And then the second after that, I was like, I couldn't believe it. We got shouted out by the Srdjan General.
I turn around and they're like all like cuddling up, right? First of all, are you guys like going out?
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes perfect sense. So I turn around and they're geared up. I just see like a crack between their neck, perfect for my face. And I just did what I did. And it was worth every penny. And thank you so much for being good sports about it, because some people would be like, you f***ing asshole, ruin the photo.
Never.
You guys look great in it.
That was a blessing. That was a blessing to have you in the photo.
They were cool cats, and I appreciate people who have a sense of humor about things. And speaking of that, their friend Jovan had a very clever question for me.
Yeah, so how do you say "moj mesec" in English?
My moon.
Yeah, you're
Oh my god, that's so good. Ba-dum-bum.
Some people were asking me shit that clearly went over my head. Like this.
Where is Drinska Regata?
Where's what?
Drinska Regata.
Drinska what?
Regata.
Girl, I don't know.
Kad je bio kosovski boj?
I was absent that day of history class, I don't know.
O, dobro, ima vremena, naučit ćeš.
When was Serbia founded after Yugoslavia? Like what year?
2003. 2006. 2006? Really? June 5th, 2006. I'm terrible. That's bad. That's embarrassing for me.
Do the the stripes of the flag mean anything that you know of?
That's a great question. I don't know the answer to that.
I don't know either. I wish I did. I'm one else.
I know the colors. That's as far as I get.
Me too. Do you know the order?
Yeah, red, blue, white. Ding, ding, ding. I got it.
All in all, it didn't go the way that I expected it to go, but I appreciate everyone who participated in the project. Will I do it again? Hell no. But this might motivate me to go to another Serb Fest in another state to get fresh new faces. So let me know when your Serb Fest is coming up in the comments down below, or DM me at Srdjan_General on Instagram. Till next time.